My stepdad made me believe I was pregnant for 5 months, just to teach me a lesson. Let me tell you about the cruelest lesson I've ever been taught. I was 15, just a kid, and my stepdad decided he was going to teach me responsibility, but not with words, not with advice. No, he chose something so manipulative, so twisted, that it still haunts me years later. It started after it came out that I'd crossed a line he didn't approve of. One afternoon, he called me in, stone-faced, and told me he needed to check something. He handed me a cup, told me to use the bathroom, and then walked away with it. A few minutes later, he came back, and without blinking, he said, "You're pregnant." I froze. My heart pounded. I couldn't breathe, but I didn't doubt him. He was the adult. My stepdad. Someone I thought I could trust. And from that moment on, my life changed. For the next 5 months, 18 weeks, I believed I was going to be a mother at 15. My body seemed to believe it too. I gained weight, I had morning sickness, cravings, I even thought I felt tiny kicks. And emotionally, I went through the entire spectrum. I grieved the teenage life I thought I was losing. I worried about the future, but I also started to love the baby I thought was growing inside me. I even kept a pregnancy journal, writing little letters each week for this child to one day read. At school, the whispers started. The stares. I became that girl. And months later, when no baby appeared, I became that other girl, the one people judged even harder. Then one night, at the dinner table, I asked him about getting prenatal care. He didn't answer right away. He laughed, not just a little laugh, a long, mocking laugh. And then he told me, "You were never pregnant. I made it up." The world stopped, my mind shattered. I could barely hear anything else he said, until I realized he'd been reading my journal, the one where I poured out my heart to a baby that didn't even exist. He'd been quoting my words back to me for weeks, laughing at my feelings like they were a comedy show. The grief I felt was real. The attachment was real, but there was never a baby. And because of that, I never felt like I could say I'd lost something, so I stayed silent. Years have passed, and I still carry the weight of it. The trust issues, the lingering pain, the kind of wound that never fully closes. I've searched for others who've been through something like this, but I've never found anyone. The only small comfort, the first time I was actually pregnant, it was twins. And I like to think it was life giving me back the child I never had, plus one. It makes me believe that maybe, just maybe, my love back then was so real, it found a way to exist in the world after all.